Hey everyone, welcome back. Hope you're having a great day so far. So we have some big news as far as Social Security goes today, as we actually have some new projections coming in and what the increase will be looking like. So we're going to be going over those numbers and what that could possibly mean for you. Plus, former Governor Chris Christie just said something that I really don't think is going to go over all that well as far as the Republican primary goes. He's making these comments about Social Security and Medicare, so we're going to be going into what he is saying as well. But before we go ahead and dive into the main content of today's video, if you wouldn't mind helping me out real quickly by just giving this video a like, that just helps out with the good old YouTube algorithm, and also consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already. Okay, so according to a recent study from the Committee for a Responsible Federal Budget, if nothing is done about the Social Security Trust Fund problem, where it's going to be going insolvent in 2033 if nothing is done, well, that's going to mean for some folks a benefit cut of over $17,000. You heard that right, a benefit cut of over $17,000 for some beneficiaries if nothing is done to fix the trust fund. That's because there is going to be a cut of anywhere between 20 to 25% in 2033 across the board for everyone if nothing is done to fix the problem. And because of this, of course, we've had a wide range of ideas from political leaders on both sides of the aisle, from Democrats and Republicans. Neither side can really seem to agree with the other idea, so we have to hope they get something past the finish line within the next 10 years. And Chris Christie actually just came out and said that instead of shying away from Social Security cuts or Medicare cuts, instead we should be taking this problem head on. And yes, in fact, we should be cutting or making some cuts to Social Security and Medicare. So we're going to be going into what his plan is in regard to this. So according to The Hill, Christie, Social Security, Medicare cuts are a necessary political risk in today's economy. So former New Jersey Governor Chris Christie said it's time to take a, quote, political risk and consider changes to Social Security and Medicare benefits for young people. Changes to the program are necessary or they could run out of money for everyone in about a decade as the country faces a rising national debt, the presidential candidate said. He said, quote, the most disgusting part of Joe Biden's State of the Union address this year was when he stood up and he said, we all agree, right? We're not going to do anything about Social Security, and both sides got up and cheered. They're a group of liars and cowards because they know that in 10 years Medicare will be bankrupt and in 11 years Social Security will be bankrupt. Christie proposed instead raising the benefit eligibility age for Americans currently under 50 years old. Only impacting younger people gives them time to plan for the change, he said. He said, quote, we can make real savings over the long term by playing with eligibility age. He called eligibility changes a necessary conversation that has, quote, scared Republicans in the past and is a non-starter for Democrats. He said, quote, we have got to have this conversation, and other than me, nobody in this race is willing to talk about it. It's ridiculous. The former governor also proposed means testing for benefits, meaning that only people under a certain income threshold would be eligible to receive them. He didn't specify where that eligibility threshold would be in his plan. So basically, he wants to raise the full retirement age for those under the age of 50, so people who are close to retirement and close to receiving Social Security benefits, they would not be impacted. And basically, it's going to be people under the age of 50 that would kind of be the ones that would be mostly impacted here, where they would have to wait until 68, 69, or 70 to start receiving their full retirement benefits instead of at 66 or 67. Now, I actually like his means testing idea here. I mean, if someone like Warren Buffett would be eligible to receive Social Security benefits, does Warren Buffett really need to receive Social Security? Do other millionaires really need to be receiving Social Security? Probably not, at least in my opinion. But let me know what your thoughts and comments are on that below. Of course, we have the Republican debate coming up next week in just a few days on August 23rd. So it's definitely going to be something to keep an eye out on. And as far as how Chris Christie is polling, well, right now I think he's like right around 2%. So obviously he doesn't have a huge chance to win the Republican primary. Regardless, he's going to go in there. I'm sure he's going to be very hard on Donald Trump, one of the few Republican candidates who's really going head-to-head against Donald Trump. So definitely going to be interesting to watch those debates. Now, in some other news, of course, we have a new projection coming out for the Social Security increase in 2024. Of course, the big one we've been hearing about recently is the one from the Senior Citizens League. Their projection for the 2024 COLA is right now at 3%. That's up from their projection before, which was at 2.7%. But we actually have a new projection coming in, and it's even higher than the 3% projection from the Senior Citizens League. And this one is actually from the Center for Retirement Research at Boston College. And their projection is all the way up to actually 3.8%. So right now they have between 3 to 3.8%. We're going to be going over what that means depending on how much you earn in 2023 for your Social Security check. So according to Think Advisor, though it is still too early to calculate the 2024 Social Security benefit cost of living adjustment, given that it is based in part on the average increase of the Consumer Price Index for the months of July, August, and September, the growing amount of 2023 inflation data now available to prognosticators makes a reasonably reliable projection possible. According to a new analysis published by Alicia Manel, director of the Center for Retirement Research at Boston College, retirees should expect a 2024 COLA between 3.0% and 3.8%. For now, Manel says she's going with a middle case 3.4% projection. So what exactly does that mean for you? If we're going to be getting a 3.4% COLA increase in 2023, what does that mean for you? We're going to be going over the numbers here just real quickly, depending whether or not you receive Social Security retirement benefits, SSI benefits, or SSDI benefits, and whether you're receiving the average amount or the max amount for the Social Security retirement benefit in 2023. So we're going to be going over these numbers real quickly here, and we're also going to be going over what could possibly be deducted from your check, which is going to be the unfortunate increase in the Medicare Part B premiums for 2024. So we're going to start this out with retirees. So the average benefit in 2023 is $1,827. So if we do in fact see that 3.4% COLA for 2024, the new benefit is going to be $1,889, which is going to be a monthly increase of $62. Now, as far as SSDI beneficiaries go, the average benefit in 2023 is right around $1,483. If we do see an increase of 3.4%, the new benefit in 2024 is going to be lifted all the way up to $1,533, which is going to be a monthly increase of $50 and an annual increase of slightly over $605. Now, as far as SSI beneficiaries go, the maximum benefit for individuals is $914. It is a little bit higher for couples. So with the COLA of 3.4%, if that happens to be the case, that benefit is going to be lifted up to $945, which is going to be a monthly increase of $31 and an annual increase of $373. Now, as far as those retirement benefits go, if you do receive the max benefit retiring at your full retirement age of either 66 or 67 or one of the months in between, if we do in fact see a 3.4% COLA for 2024, the new benefit in 2024 will be $3,750, which will be a monthly increase of $123 or an annual increase of $1,308. Now, like I mentioned before, of course, there are going to be some things deducted from your check, unfortunately, and that is going to be the Medicare Part B premiums. Now, this is something that we did not see, an increase in this year for the first time in I think like 10 or 11 years. It actually went down. This year, it is going to be going up once again, and we had some projections earlier on this year that it would be going up by right around $9.90. But that actually is going to be increasing because there is a new Alzheimer's drug that was recently approved, and that's going to be figured into those projections as well. That's expected to be another $5 on top of the $9. So it's looking like it's going to be just a tad bit under $15 for the increase for the Medicare Part B premiums. So that increase, of course, is also going to be deducted from your check. So that's going to be impacting, of course, the people who are going to be receiving the least amount of increase in their COLA. But those are the numbers there. Hopefully it gives you a better idea on how much of an increase you can expect to receive in 2024. Let me know what your thoughts and comments are below on this increase. Would you like for it to be higher? Obviously, the higher the better. but as inflation is, slowing down, not going up as much as it was last year, that's why we're only going to be receiving an increase of anywhere between 3 to 3.8%, as opposed to this year's COLA increase, which was 8.7%. But that's all the news that we have for today's video. I certainly hope that you enjoyed and found value out of it. If you did, again, I would greatly appreciate if you could give this video a like, consider subscribing to my channel if you have not already, and I will see you in the next video.